Real talk, Wonder Woman 84 was an illogical, messy film. The right kind of send-off for one of the most illogical and messy years in our history. Let's talk about it.
Real talk, I ain't from the block, but I got street smarts, I've seen some things. You ever seen a nigga get murdered? Have you ever seen a motherfucker hang? All these little niggas talking about gang bang, but the times have changed, I know you know this. Cops killing us, we gotta stay focused. Government does what it wants, fuck the voters. But that's the big picture. Let's get down to street level. Try to put a wall over everyone's eyes, I be blind, still go daredevil. All these niggas think they so special, everybody claim they a trap boss. Every chick think they the baddest bitch, yes, my real last here to piss you off. Everybody in the hood is slanging pounds, who the hell is buying, where the fuck the business? Honey, you may think you the baddest broad, but you just a story. Yo, nigga, I hear that dope when you make out the fire ganj. In the end, it's all just weed. Shorty, you make it, the bomb is head, but you ain't the first one to give it to me. I ain't a drug dealer, but I still got the water cash. Not trying to brag, just stating the fact. Spend what I want, and I make it all back in a matter of days. I still get paid. Bitch, don't like my game, I still get laid. And I don't give a damn if you like my shade. I'm DJ Shades, I still get played. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Real talk. But that's the skill. To spit hellfire and brimstone.
Wonder Woman 84 was released on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2020, on both HBO Max and in theaters, which was cool, not gonna lie, to have a streaming movie that big and popular that I can watch in my house. So, hell yeah. Directed by Patty Jenkins, who directed the first Wonder Woman movie, as well as the third one coming up. Yay. Starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, and Pedro Pascal. Alright, now that we got the formalities out of the way. So, I'm going to do my best not to get into very many spoilers about this movie, but I'm just going to be real with you guys, man. Like, I wasn't impressed. This movie is too long and is just filled with just stupid decisions. You know, DC, I feel like the DCU has finally found its stride with the past 3 or so movies. Shazam, Wonder Woman, hell, even Aquaman wasn't terrible. And Joker, even though it's not really part of the DCEU main storyline, it was still a DC movie, and that was pretty phenomenal. But this, I feel like, is a step backwards. I mean, hell, honestly, after the year that we just cranked out, you know, it's no wonder this movie came out this garbage. It's almost like Patty Jenkins missed what made her first movie so damn dope. And by first movie, I mean first Wonder Woman movie. I have no idea what she directed before that. Hey, I know she's doing that Star Wars movie coming out. Cool. You know, the biggest thing that I don't like about this movie is that it really makes no sense to me. I mean, I can follow the plot, but it's just stupid. It's just, and how they do shit is just terrible, you know? For instance, the first segment of the movie feels like it's out of place and it's just ridiculous. You mean to tell me that this little girl version of Diana, who in the last movie was told she was not allowed to train because she's so young, is able to outpace all of these other warriors only to lose based off of technicality? It just felt like they added it because the movie itself only has like 4 or 5 actual action scenes, and they were like, yo, we need to add something else because this is a superhero movie. The physics in this movie just looked bad. You know, like the way she swung on her lasso, it looked like she was literally like sliding along the ground and then levitating up to the next swing. We've been having Spider-Man movies since 2002. You mean to tell me that you lot cannot figure out a swinging momentum to make it look better? I get that it's a comic book and we're supposed to suspend our disbelief and all that other crap, but you know, that just looked bad. Every time she ran, it just looked fake. It looked as bad as the $6 Million Man show that came out in like the 80s or 70s or some crap. And if that's what they were going for, the bad graphics of the time, that's just stupid. That's just so stupid, you know? There's one scene that me and my kids were like, what is going on here? Because she's swinging down on her magic lasso. These kids are playing in the street and she scoops them up. And first off, she's going in her full momentum. Her snatching those kids up like that with the strength she has, with gravity and all that other crap, would have destroyed those little kids' bodies. Then she loses grip of her lasso. But she's holding on to the kids as she falls, and like she hits the ground and she rolls and tumbles and stuff like that, and like it's obvious that the stunt double is holding on to these dolls, but like they're like bashing against the ground, and I'm like, what the, you're doing worse damage. You know, these kids are now not only paralyzed from you scooping them up like an artard, but you're also killing them with the slow roll.
Wow. Dum 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 dum.
The movie itself, for it being in the 80s, you know, I expected a lot of bright neons and fun colors, and it really wasn't that. The trailers, you know, as I got playing over here, gave away so much of the movie. The fact that Steve Trevor came back, and when we were watching the movie, my family and I, and the MacGuffin popped up, which was this wishing stone, my fiance, she was like, oh my God, don't tell me this is how her dude comes back. And I was really hoping that wasn't going to be it. And that's what it was. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't read many Wonder Woman comics. I'm familiar with Steve Trevor only because of some of the recent animated things in the last movie. The fact that dude died 70 years ago in World War I, died a hero's death, died a death to save everybody. The fact that Diana, 70 years later, is still mourning this guy to the point of hopelessly wishing for him to come back. And when he does come back, he comes back in a dumb way. It's his consciousness that comes back in some random guy's body. So after a little bit of time, Diana's seeing random guy as Steve. But, you know, remember, all the shit that she's doing is actually with random guy, you know? And, God, it was just such a stupid way to do things. Now, Maxwell Lord, who was played by Pedro Pascal, I wanted to like him, you know? I wanted to, because, you know, we're still on that high from Mandalorian.
This is the way.
But I really did not like him as a bad guy. Same thing with Kristen Wiig as Barbara. You know, I liked her a little bit better because she played the whole homely role. But then, like, when she starts getting her way and starts going to the dark side, it was just messy. It was just messy. So it kills me because Wonder Woman is supposed to be strong, independent, powerful woman, but she's moping for 70 years. I didn't like it. I did not like that depiction of Wonder Woman. I felt like she was not the powerful woman that she's supposed to be. I felt like she was just some love-struck broad, and that's not fun to watch. You got romantic comedies for that shit, you know. This is goddamn Wonder Woman, you know what I'm saying? This is the person who is like the female version of Superman, except can also kick Superman's ass. She's a hard soldier type, you know, not like a hard soldier, but you know what I'm saying? Like, every version of Wonder Woman that I've seen has always been powerful, and this depiction of her was just not powerful. Then they keep on doing shit that was just stupid, like the execution of how Steve can fly this jet they found at the Smithsonian that somehow had enough fuel in it to get to where they needed to go, which was on the other side of the damn world. And this dude who was a fighter pilot in World War I, who died in World War I, can come back 70 years later and fiddle with some controls and fly a whole new ass jet. That's stupid. That's not how it works. It would have made more sense if Wonder Woman spent all that time learning how to fly in his memory, and she was the one flying in. He was like, whoa, this is impressive. I would have liked that. Then she uses some kind of weird Ki Rasengan kind of move and turns the jet invisible because the magic that her father did. That was terrible. That was a terrible accent. Oh my God. And it was just dumb.
Dum 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 dum.
So, back to the villain, Oberyn Martell, I really did like the fact that he, in the end, was willing to give it all up for his son. If you want to take that as a spoiler or not, I don't care. This movie was crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. That's how bad it was. It was interesting seeing him move up the ladder, but then at the end, well, not really at the end, but like in the climax, what he's doing and why Wonder Woman can't stop him, like, he's literally blowing her back, and Wonder Woman is being held back by gusts of wind.
Dum 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 dum.
This chick can fly, but she can't go through this wind to like get him off of this global broadcasting system.
そうか。
Man, that was stupid. That was like, a lot of times I was watching this movie, I'm just like, damn, this is stupid. This is really, really dumb. I was not enjoying myself when I was watching the movie. And it's been a while since I said that I was really just not enjoying myself. When Barbara turns into Cheetah, which happens because she gets 2 wishes for some reason. The first one was to be strong like Diana or have her power or some shit without her knowing that Diana was Wonder Woman. And then the second one was to be an apex predator. She became super strong. Now, I get it that Cheetah is Wonder Woman's rival, right? Wonder Woman, and you guys have seen this in the trailer, is rocking this cool-ass gold armor, which she only wears for like, half a scene, really. And it's told to us in the movie that this armor was strong enough to fend off like 100 men, 100 Spartans. And when Cheetah attacks it, she's just tearing it apart like it is like super easy, barely an inconvenience. But I was just like, and then Wonder Woman just kind of like, shrugs off the Zone of the Ender's wings, and then it's just like, what was the whole point of all that? I wonder if they're going to explain why she can fly now in this movie as opposed to when she's like in the Justice League movie or Batman vs Superman. She did do a kind of dashing in the air, so in Batman vs Superman, I guess. But she sure as hell wasn't flying in Justice League. But there are some pros to this movie, okay? I did sit here and complain and just rag on it for a bit. First off, I gotta say it is interesting that Wonder Woman was fighting against an ideal. The bad guy was greed. One of the 7 deadly sins that Shazam fought against. We're not roasting, we're talking good. We're talking good now. Cheetah looked better than the cats from that Cats movie. That's a plus. The bad guy gets his son in the end. Yay for him. And then Wonder Woman gets her power. Man, I don't know. There's really not that many pluses to it. There's no end credits scene, so don't even bother waiting. There is like a mid credits kind of little cool cameo. But after that, you can be done with it. So, like I said, it's a illogical, messy film. It does have some fun moments, but it just wasn't for me. And I really can't say, a lot of people complain about the first movie, overly CG end credit scene where Wonder Woman is fighting Professor Lupus, and I get it. But this one, she's fighting a gust of wind and a guy saying, yes, wish for this, wish for that, and then it's all undone. And, I really cannot stand when movies are resolved in the way that this movie is. And DC does this shit a lot. Because when you resolve a conflict in that way, it's almost like it doesn't matter. It's tantamount to it was all a dream or some shit, There's no consequence. Will people even remember what happened? Does it even matter? It does not feel triumphant to me. I guess we'll have to see what Patty Jenkins does with Wonder Woman 3. I only would say see this for the culture, so that way we can keep on getting these kind of movies, but other than that, I don't know, man. I'm glad I did not spend money on it. I'm glad that it was on streaming, and you know, that's cool. That's dope of them to do that. If it wasn't streaming, I still would have seen it in theaters because, you know, I like to support the industry. But whatever. So anyway, that's all I got to say about this movie. It is a meh at best. Good for one viewing just to see it for yourself. Wonder Woman fans, I don't know what you think about this. That was the last superhero. That was like the only superhero movie of 2020 because to hell with New Mutants. Thank you for kicking it on this episode of Drew's Reviews. Real talk. I don't know if I'm just going to call it Real Talk or call it Drew's Reviews, but we're going to be doing this instead of unboxings for a while. So hope you guys like this. I'm going to work on some different formats, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to get up out of here. So I'm your boy, Token Drew. Live up, smoke out, and game on. I'm out this bitch. Thanks for watching.
Real talk, we similar. I hustle, you hustle. I rise, you rise. I struggle and you struggle. Is my shit so different? Cause I talk like I'm educated. Am I struggling the same cause I wait the tables? Y'all fuckers every stage exaggerate and say I ain't real cause I ain't a felon. I'm the one buying drugs that you selling. You hustling for a living, but I'm buying in my pockets overzealous. Yeah, I might be nice, have a dime wife, girl by my side no matter the dark time. Got a top fan before the limelight. I ain't really winning, but I'm doing alright. Me and my son had a conversation while TMNT playing on the PlayStation about him going up to be a Power Ranger. Said you can do it, boy, you'll be the greatest. Show up to work, I'm blazed the faded. Working at dicks, I'm addicted to tables. My left eye glowing like my name is Cable. I'm Drew the legend, not Drew the fable. Got no time for lies, time for games. Stretching the story and making myths. My life a team of LeBron and Kobe's. I'm a no-name player getting no assists. Then I got the balls, my time to shine. So I'm a thug for truth on your lying ass. Yo, image a bitch on my ears, I stab with a joke and laugh. I put you niggas on blast. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Drew be on that real shit. I'm on that real shit. Who be on that real shit? I'm on that. I'm on that. I'm on that.